we have finally sold our house. Eventually, we did not move in, we rented it out all the way. So before passing the keys over to the next owners, we thought, might as well do one last video for memory's sake and show you guys around for the second time in 2 years. Let's go. Disclaimer, whatever I share does not constitute financial advice. It is solely based on my opinion on what is right or wrong. So please do your own due diligence. If you're liking the content so far, please hit the like and subscribe button, as your simple gesture will help a lot with the YouTube algorithm. If you are interested to find out more about property related matters, please find all the social media handles I am on, or you can just directly reach out to me on WhatsApp. Separately, I have also set up a Telegram group at the start of the year so that we can have a discussion that we as agents are not allowed to do so online, which is to talk shit. So if you are interested to get into a community that talks about everything under the sun about property, please scan the QR code, or for the boomers out there, I have pasted the link in my description. We're going to close the group invitation in probably a month or 2 times, so head over and I will see you there. Now back to the video. So coming right into the living room for the second time now. When I sell houses for the longest time, I know the living room is very important. When you open the door, you want the living room to smack you right in front of the face, and that was what we wanted to do. And that was what we got hit also when we bought the house. Actually, what we planned out was to have a minimalist approach towards our renovation ideas, because we want to foolproof our exit in the future. No point creating too much fanciful fixtures and find it quite hard to sell. So all we did here was to create this giant piece of wall feature TV console. Unfortunately, there's a lot of holes here. This is practically gone and useless already, but it's fine. I can't restrict the tenants, right? So the land size here is 2,000 square feet, built out approximately 4,300. 3 stories high, GFA already maxed out. Now the structure here is approximately already 12 years old, and what I like about this house is the practicality. It means it comes with a very functional layout. So kudos to the developers who did it in such a way, because these days most houses are like a little bit too fanciful, meaning that sometimes you can step inside the basement and then you go to the living room on the second level. I know, of course, living room on the second level means that when you step out the balcony, it's very nice. I understand. But the biggest problem is those kind of houses whereby like half level you reach another bedroom, then another half level you reach another bedroom. Yes, you got a lot of bedroom space, you got a lot of bedrooms, but the ceiling height is like very low, 2.6, 2.7 meters. What we have here is an extremely practical layout. So all we needed to do is just come in, step inside here to renovate the house for our own use. So a lot of you guys may ask, why did I not move in eventually? Very simple, it's because of schools. Now, back then, our original idea was to put my daughter into St. Nicholas Girls' School. Then, of course, we had to trouble about our son's future. So my wife didn't want to put him to my old school, which is Anderson Primary. So we decided to try for a school in the Bukit Timah area. And we thought to ourselves, hey, if we are going to like kind of move out in the next, say, 2-3 years, almost definitely, then what's the point of buying so many nice furnitures and spend so much effort and realize very quickly that we're moving out. So we just kind of like bought the idea, moved towards the Bukit Timah, rented it out. This got rented out initially to a family that paid close to $11,000. Now, this is a very high rental for terrace, for those of you who do landed, you will know. And then subsequently rented out to another tenant at $10,000. I guess it's because it was a fresh renovation, so families kind of get a new house, and that's why they are willing to pay a little bit more. So back to the house, it's 6 meters by close to 7 meters wide of living room space. It's high ceilings. So what we have done is gutted out the entire electrical points of the house. The ceiling height is about the same at close to 3.2 meters, but what we've done is install all this verde light so that we don't need to trouble ourselves to climb out or down, because they have like kind of like 10 years warranty. It's meant to like last 10 years. So yes, you can see here is a very big sofa bed. We actually bought our 80-inch TV, as I mentioned in the previous video, but at least we got some credits from Mega Discount. But this one we already purchased already, so we cannot do anything about it. Coming over to the Skylight or airwell area, and this was the second part that we really liked, because we believe that most terrace houses, even semi-detached, is a little bit dark. What the developers has done here previously is they created this very nice airwell so that light can come in, and it makes the whole house looks much bigger and brighter. And this is the bridge between the living room and the dining and kitchen area. And this is the store. Nobody cares about store, don't bother. Oh yes, before I forget, this Skylight area also is where I was supposed to install my platform lift. You know, those lifts that you need to hold very long, go upwards. Because that one probably don't really dig too deep. But anyway, cost me close to $5,000, alright? I have to hack out the Volacast marble. Didn't come, I have to get a new set of marble to, I think it's close to about 12 pieces to kind of like reinstate it back. So it's a bit waste of money. But thankfully I got back my deposit for the lift. Coming to the kitchen, dry kitchen here. Now initially we kind of toyed with the idea of creating a granage room on this part of the house, because we know that landed living are mostly multi-generational. So if you have, let's say, elderly or elderly family members, right, then this granage room can be very important. But actually, if you create this granage room, it kind of kills the vibe quite some bit. So can you imagine like partition walls here? And my window is probably facing towards the dining. It feels very tight, right? So we kind of solve the problem a little bit by planning for a lift at the Skylight or airwell area and create this like masterpiece of a dry kitchen. So over here is where you can, of course, we were planning some nice high chairs so you can host your guests. Right in front is the dining spot. We already also ordered a 12-seater round the dining table. Now, round dining table, usually you realize that most developers these days also don't showcase it in the show flat, except like the recent River Modern. It's because round dining table, you realize that you have to factor in a lot of space on the side. So if you can put in a round table, then you know the dining space is good enough. Okay. So the dry kitchen is masterfully thought or designed by my wife and our designer. So we spend quite a lot of time on this area here. So of course you have the fridge here, you have all the built-in ovens and oven whatnot, not ever. Then here is this one-piece wall. This is also where the bomb shelter is. So the tenant actually wanted to remove the door to put inside. It's because otherwise here will be very very daunting. So we put the door inside, created this cabinet door so that sometimes, let's say, of course this can be a store. I already got a store there. But yes, I know you all may say it's inhuman to put a helper here, but I don't have any other spots to put a helper. So if let's say your helper in the afternoon is not inside the room, so just cover this up and it flushes as a one-piece wall feature that is part of the dry kitchen. So all these are all fully functional, all storage place. These are not for bai sui, all these are not for aesthetic purposes. All these are usable. You wash your hand here, we got all these drawers here. And then we have our first level common toilet. So this is also something that we have to spend a bit more money because the guests will be using this toilet. So like I said, whatever decision that we make towards the renovation ideas and plans, it's really about foolproofing our exit in the future. And we try not to be too over elaborate so that most clients or most consumers will accept it for what it is. Which brings us to the first negative part of the house. I mean, I respectfully agree. For some, or rather most people, they say, hey, I cannot accept a road behind, because behind us, and since I already sold a house, it's a road. Maybe out of 10, you have 6 people who are particular about this road behind. For us, it wasn't an issue because I grew up in a noisy environment, so this main road doesn't bother me. And coming to the yard area, the developers were very smart, so they created this door exit that leads towards the main road. And close to about, let's say, 20 seconds walk towards the right-hand side is already the bus stop. And a 4 minutes walk down the road is the Sembawang Hill Food Centre, where you can get all your makan, and there's quite a lot of mama shops there. Then you have the overhead bridge that leads towards the Casuarina Curry and the stretch of eateries. So yeah, for me it's very convenient because at the time when we were planning to move in, I can imagine, let's say I have guests, they will most likely come by the back exit rather than the front, because the front need to make one loop. So come by the back, all these are all accessible through the intercom, so I don't need to always come here to the back to open up for them. I can just turn on the intercoms and they can come in already. So, and because this is a main road, the previous owners actually kind of cover this up so that it does not get too dusty. Then sometimes if you cook here, because this is where the wet kitchen is, you just open up all these windows so that you get a bit more ventilation. So what we have done here is we refurbished the entire wet kitchen area to something that we would like. Again, it can get a little bit noisier. So yeah, wet kitchen here, you got all this cabinet space to house all your cutleries, whatever, all your cooking stuff, operate here. And we install a fan here, you got all the CCTV all wired up. As I mentioned, there's no perfect house. We got the price a little bit lower than usual previously because of this reason. So our strategy was like kind of like you buy low, you sell low. So we're done with level 1, going up to level 2. I'm not too sure whether I'm repeating the same from the previous video that we did 2 years ago, but whatever lah. I can keep it for my kids in the future, then show them around again. Okay, come up here at level 2, we got 3 bedrooms. I'll show you first the master bedroom. When we sell house, I realize clients are very particular, as I mentioned, about the living room. They're also very particular about the toilet, and they are very particular about their master bedroom. So again, we spend more time and effort to design the master bedroom to make it as simple as possible, yet elegant. Right, so plenty of cabinet space here. Here, a lot of cabinet space. Obviously, you know what this is for. It's not for my watch. So just to show you guys, this is a king size bed cutout. So even a king size bed, you can have a nice sofa, study, dresser table. So the ceiling height here, it's the usual, about close to 2.8. As you can see, there's a bit of sun coming in. Right now, we are close to 10 AM. This is the east-west facing. So morning time here, got a bit of morning sun. A little bit hot, but once you cross that 1 o'clock, it's okay. Coming out to the master area is the balcony. A lot of people ask me why the balcony are there. I also got no answer there. I also don't know why. Last time, maybe there's some regulations that you need to design the balcony in such a manner. So the plan was, initially was to, you notice all these like boxes. All these are all electrical points. We almost paid money for a landscape specialist to landscape this area nicely. But of course it didn't happen. But the plan was to have all these like plants here. Then you have the light shooting up. You have a gazebo which overlooks the quieter part of this estate. Yeah, so this was supposed to be the fun part, but didn't happen. So stop asking me why this is a sunken in balcony. So moving on to the master bathroom. Same thing, I know people are very particular about their bathroom, especially master bathroom, so we kind of reconfigure this quite some bit. This is a him and a her. Last time there was a bathtub here, took it out, create a very spacious standing shower, spend a bit more on the tiles, the marble countertop, and then nice lights to make it look good. And that's a strategy one, okay? That is not because I want to anyhow spend money. I spend wisely, okay? And then, coming in here, just outside the 2 bedrooms is the small little family area. You can have a piano, small little piano set here. The previous tenant actually had a water dispenser machine here. So, you can do a lot of things here. Okay, bedroom number 2. Let me just show you guys. As I say, I already sold the house, but it's a fact. We are overlooking the overhead bridge. Yes, I know a lot of you cannot accept, but I don't need to find 10 buyers. I only need to find 1 buyer who can accept this, just like how I accepted it. Is it noisy? Of course it can be noisy now. If I tell you not noisy, then I'm lying, right? So we did not install double glaze in the end. You double glaze it, then I think you solve this problem. So this room here is a bit longish. It's not square. You can comfortably put in 2 queen size bed, 1 study at 1 corner, or the study at where the window is. And this is a Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill. These 2 bedrooms shares this toilet. You open out here. Same thing. We spend a bit more money on the tiles and whatever it is. Because toilet, people are very particular about toilets. Which leads us to bedroom number 3. which is almost identical to the previous bedroom. Same thing, it's also a bit long. You can put the study at the back. This was meant to be my kids' play area. You can put 2 queens again, but a very comfortable queen-size bed and a study and some play area. My kids all grown up already, so who cares? The previous tenant actually had that very big sofa you see in the living room, the sofa bed. Put it here as their bed. Good idea, right? So very comfortable bedroom space, which most terraces, especially the new builds, don't get it. So you see, the lift was supposed to come out here. One of the exit was supposed to be here. This is level 2, so refresh your memory a bit. Level 2, we have like 3 bedrooms. Master here, Jack and Jill at the back. And follow me up to level 3, which was what sold me this place. I said it in the previous video, coming straight to the toilet. This toilet is for, actually planned out to be my own toilet because this level, I didn't expect, we didn't plan out for our kids to be using them. This was meant to be my gym area. Bedroom number 4. You notice that this looks bigger, but actually if you calculate the square footage downstairs, 2 bedrooms are bigger. It's just that this one has the high ceiling. It's the 3.2 meters ceiling height, and it's more like squarish. And then you are actually just beside the skylight, so it's very bright. The same thing here, you can put an American King 2 king size bed, not an issue at all. This is bedroom number 4. Which, as I mentioned, is supposed to be our gym, workout area, and this is one of the selling points of the house. So, as I mentioned, it's an east-west facing. Right now, you can get a little bit of sun coming in. You see, 2 years, my TV console a bit 可怜了 very poor thing, but what can I do? No choice. I'm not going to repaint the house. So this is the TV console. I was planning here to be the discussion corner on the second family room because this opens up to the balcony area. So we deck this up so that the family area and the balcony is kind of flush. So it makes it feel like part of the family area. So coming out to the balcony area here, this is the quietest spot of the house. 2 years ago when I did the video, you see that this is 1 story. Now our dear friend here building up to 3 stories already. So we want to create this awning, but aborted that because we didn't want to move in. Same thing, we got all these boxes here because this was meant to be the landscape area. It's a bit of a PT. It's quite windy because in front of us there's a lot of 1-story houses. It feels like quite unblocked and slightly a bit more elevated against the houses on the right hand side and the properties on the right hand side. And like I mentioned, now it's 10:30, it's a little bit hot. Once the sun goes up, then it's okay. So we're planning to have like some shelves here. And this level also, same thing like the level 1, you have a high ceiling. So remember, level 1 high ceiling, second level normal, third level high ceiling. This area is a 2-story zoning, so we cannot build more than that. And that's why this is kind of like third level, or you can say that +1, or the 2.5, the 0.5. And this is the area now. So most of the time, the afternoon here is very bright. You don't need to turn on lights. You got a lot of natural light coming in. Is it a little bit hot? It can be sometimes. You know, Singapore is very hot, but I like something that is bright enough because I can always turn on the aircon or the fans. We have obviously already sold the house. We made quite some bit even after deducting the renovation one or whatever. Now a lot of you guys also ask me, then what are you going to do next? Actually, we kind of thought the idea last year. It was like, should we go for a Thomson View 5 bedrooms? Or maybe another landed property. I think my decision was made just about 2-3 weeks ago, where I'll kind of drop some hints that they will launch only at the end of 2026. Will I want to wait an entire year to get into the unknown, whereby I might not even get a unit? I'm not willing to get into that situation. So I think we are likely going to still look for another house, whether it's a corner terrace or it's a semi-detached. I'm not sure at the moment. Are we going to stay in the next house? Unlikely, because my son's school hasn't been settled. So next house I'm going to buy is going to be purely for investment again, because we noticed that the landed prices in Singapore is rising rapidly. So could I have gotten a little bit more if I waited for like a couple of months? I think I could have easily like picked up close to about maybe 100, 200k more. So there you have it. I have managed to finally sold our place. Now in the past 3.5 years, could I have done something better? Could I have invested in something else that is better? The answer is no. I kind of like really done my best. So I'm of course excited to look for our next property. Whether it's a lender, whether it's a condo, most probably a lender. It's going to be the same. I'm going to buy for investment. I'm not going to live in it until my kids' schools are settled. Those with kids, you will understand kids' education right now is the priority. So until our next video, where hopefully I can do another video on the next house I have purchased, I'll see you guys real soon.